What's going on, guys? JSGC Football, and today we are doing the National League predictions. So this is my predictions. Don't take it to heart if your team doesn't quite come where I will predict where I think they will be coming this season. So I've watched a little bit of non-league football last season because I've always had a little bit of a passing interest in the non-league just to see how the teams do. As I love playing Football Manager, so you get all kinds of gems, and that's where my interest stems from. So for the National League in 24th. It hurts me to do this to him, but Southend in 24th, with all the trouble with Ron Martin's absolutely killed the club. And whether they'll finish the season or even start the season is a big shame to see the predicament that they are in, as it really is a shame. I really hope they get sorted, and if they can get sorted and get a takeover, if they do get the takeover just in time, maybe they'd be able to salvage the season. But with administration looming over and with a winding up petition, it's hard to see Southend escaping, especially with the damage that Ron Martin has done to that club. It's absolutely a shambles, especially with Roots Hall as well, as it still needs a safety certificate to even get the season started. But for signings, not signed any, which is no surprise, and they lost Sean Hobson to Oldham. But if you look at the team that they've got, there's quality squad that could be challenging playoffs if they can get sorted. As it's the players, the fans, and the manager that I feel sorry for that club. So Southend 24th, as I'll be surprised if they finish the season off in their current predicament. So for 23rd, I've got newly promoted Oxford City. They finished third in the National League South, not Vanarama, National League South. So they've got 3 additions, which is Craig Hay from Ebbsfleet on loan, which says it all. Tafari Moore from St Albans City is a right back, and Pierre Foncu, a right winger from Dartford. I will see more additions to that squad, as to me on paper it doesn't look that strong, and it certainly doesn't look to me that they can compete in this division. I think they're in for a season struggle, and I'll go for 23rd for them. So in 22nd, I've gone for Kidderminster Harriers. They got promoted via the playoffs in the National League North after finishing 6th, and they got some very impressive wins in those playoffs. So they've got 3 additions as well in transfers. So they've got Jack Lambert, a right midfielder from Darlington, Jerry McDonough, a striker from Eastleigh, and Christine Oxlade-Chamberlain, a right back from Kings Lynn. Again, I want to see more additions from Kidderminster, especially after finishing 6th. It doesn't look that strong, the squad, either. I think they've been for a season struggle, and it'd be kudos to them if they can stay up. Same with Oxford City. So the last relegation spot I've got is Wealdstone, as the only sign they've got is Charlie Baker, which is a centre-back from Charlton. They finished 13th last season, and I want to see more additions, and they lost Sam Howes to Leighton Orient as well. I think they've been for a season of struggle, and whether they can stay up again, I was going to say they comfortably stayed up last season, mid-table 13th, but they've lost the one key player, and they've only recruited 1 player. They need more additions to their squad, in my opinion. So in 20th, I've got Maidenhead. So with Maidenhead, they've made a few additions to the squad. So they've got Jaden Mitchell-Lawson, attacking mid from United. Harry Parsons, striker from Swindon. Craig Ross, a goalkeeper from Woking. Kevin Locko from Farnborough, centre-back. And Lewis Kinsella, left-back from Wealdstone, as they've rated them. So Maidenhead, I think they've got just enough again to finish 20th. They finished 20th last and stayed up by skin of teeth, and I think they can do it again. So I think they can do it. So that brings me to 19th spot in the National League, which is newly promoted AFC Fylde. I do know a little bit about AFC Fylde, as I've watched them a few times. So AFC Fylde, they are the champions of the Vanarama of the National League North. They finished on 95 points, as it picked Kings Lynn in the end too, who finished on 93 points. But as you can see, Kings Lynn never got promoted. That's the danger of the playoffs. So with Fylde, they need no introduction, as they are the bad boys of the National League, especially with the infamous reputation that comes with them, especially with the money bags, and especially with the infamous 2022, which has come back to haunt them in style. It took them 3 years to get the National League North. FC got relegated in 2020 during the COVID season, which is a little bit harsh, as they were finding form towards the end, which is the point, but they've never really recovered since. And this Fylde squad now, it's nowhere near like the peak 2019 AFC Fylde, the one that beat Leighton Orient in the FA Trophy and missed out to Salford City. There's nowhere near that squad. They had a very, very good team. This team does not compare to that. But they've got a few quality additions to the squad. So Nick Horton, excellent player, absolutely brilliant. 26 goals he got, top goal scorer for the National League North. So the other one is Sia Bonga Legenda, striker, quality player as well. And then they've got Gold Omateo on from Kings Lynn, 21 goals in National League North. So they've got more firepower, especially to help out Nick Horton, who's not even a striker. And then you got Jonathan Ustabasi from Chorley, right winger. And you got Owen Evans, left back from Gloucester City, and last addition is Kieran Glynn from Scarborough, a centre midfielder. Again, it's not really National League proven, but I think they've got enough to stay up, but I don't think they've got enough to challenge for playoffs. And if they can finish mid-table, I think it'll be a very good season for them. But 19th, AFC Fylde. So that brings me to Gateshead, who I've got for 18th. They finished 14th last season and a very comfortable season. So the additions, they've got Archie Muir on Norwich alone. It'd be interesting how he does in Gateshead. And then they've got Ed Francis, centre-back from Notts County, decent player. Regan Booty, centre-mid from Maidstone, again, another decent player. And you got Jordan Hunter, right-back from South Shields. So I don't know too much about him, but I've gone for 18th. So I think it'd be a comfortable mid-table finish, but not enough to really challenge the top half. But I think they stay up comfortably. 18th. So next, 17th, Altrincham. So they finished 17th last season, because there's no lazy prediction this one. So Sam Roscoe, centre-back from Linfield. Lewis and Banks, right-back from Arbroath. Then centre-mid from Fleetwood, Chris Con-Clark. Dia Angus, striker from Harrogate, and Joey Jones, a DM from Solihull Moors. Few quality additions there, as I like that they explored the Scottish market, the Irish market, and also the Football League as well. They could even finish higher, but I've gone down to 17. I think it'd be a mid-table, low mid-table finish for Altrincham, as they lost a key player, Joshua Lundstrand, on a free to Oldham. I think that's a very good signing for Oldham, that. National League proven. So for 16th place, I have got Dorking Wanderers. Again, they finished 16th last season. I think it'd be a mid-table finish. I think they've got already a lot of those squad players. They've already got like near enough 24-man squad team there. So they've added Tony Craig, centre-back from Crawley, and Harrison Mell, goalkeeper from Worthing. They didn't really need too many additions, and I think they'll comfortably finish in mid-table. As the rise of Dorking Wanderers, absolutely phenomenal. Because if you ever see a video on Dorking Wanderers, do look into them. Absolutely incredible. I think it's 11 promotions they've got ever since reaching the National League North. As to do it in such a short space of time as well. It's absolutely incredible where they've come from. And every credit to him, especially with the chairman, as without him, it was his dream. And look where Dorking are now. It'd be incredible if I ever saw them in the Football League, as that'd absolutely be fairy tale stuff. So in 15th, I've got Dagenham and Redbridge. They finished 10th last season, and they've made 3 additions to the squad. So Tom Eastman, who's a centre-back from Colchester, very decent player, not really lived up to his potential if you remember footy managers, not really lived up to the billing. He was predicted to do better things than what he has. So you got Josh Reeves, centre-mid from Boreham Wood, and you got Ryan Hill, centre-midfielder from Eastleigh. So I think it'd be a downgrade on the last season. I'm not too impressed with the squad, but I think it'd be comfortably mid-table. I don't think there'd be enough in the squad. Let's make a few quality loan signings, or maybe a few additional squad to try and challenge again for the playoffs, or maybe a top half. So in 14th, I've got Halifax Town, as they finished 11th last season, and they've made a few signings. This would be a little bit of dark horse. I might have gone wrong on this one for Halifax. So for Halifax, they've got Florent Hoti, a centre-mid from Tranmere. Adam Senior, centre-back from Bolton. I think that's a good signing for him. Aaron Cosgrave, striker from Wimbledon. Max Wright, right winger from Halifax. Andrew Lowry-Bory, I think that's how you say it, right winger from Peterborough. And Ryan Galvin, left back from Sheffield Wednesday. There's a lot of potential there, maybe even challenging for playoffs. But I've gone for 14th. I might be totally wrong. Do not murder me, Halifax fans. But when the summer gets Chesterfield, I wasn't too impressed with how they played. But with these signings, maybe it might take them to the next level, maybe improve it on 11th. But I've got 14th for Halifax to fall a little bit. So in 13th, the last of the bottom half, I have Solihull Moors. So they finished 15th last season, and they've lost Junior Tienetsia left back to Barrett, and they've also lost Callum Whelan to Gateshead. So lost Callum Whelan to Gateshead. So they've got Josh Labadie, a centre midfielder from Walsall. Got Kyle Morrison, centre-back from AFC Fylde. Matt Warburton from Halifax, a very good player back in the day. And hopefully they still have that quality as well. So Joe Newton, left-back from Waterlooville. And Connor Hall, a striker from Chorley. So I think it's a decent team. As again, I think I just fall short of the top half. 13th is where I have Solihull. So for the top half now, in 12th place, I have Ebbsfleet. So this is very much a dark horse. They are the runaway leaders of the National League South, 103 points, and is the first time they've been in the National League in 3 years. Same as AFC Fylde after their COVID season. So with Ebbsfleet, they've still got Dominic Pollion, 36 goals he got last season. Quality player, and it'd be interesting to see how he does in the National League as well. Can he build on him? Even if he gets 20 goals, Ebbsfleet will be flying. My little bit of a dark horse might do better than I predicted, 12. Maybe even better for a player of a push. So with Ebbsfleet, Jack Wakely, centre-back from Wickham on loan. Hayden White, right-back from Walsall. Matthews Fanimo, a right winger from FC Copa. Interesting signing. David Amu, right winger from Crewe, used to play for North End. So I've got my North End badge here. I am a Preston fan. So Teo Adeboja from Southend and Osanu Cisse from Eastleigh. Some very good signings here. Because if I could change one prediction, I might even put Ebbsfleet a little bit higher. I predict good things for Ebbsfleet. They might even be challenged with the feel good factor as well to maybe be challenging again for promotion. But 12th place, Ebbsfleet. So for 11th spot, I have Bromley. So they finished in 7th. So they just got the playoffs last season as they missed out to Chesterfield. So with Bromley, they've got Teddy Sharman-Lowe, goalkeeper from Chelsea on loan. That's a very good, interesting loan signing. Chelsea as well. So Sam Woods, centre-back from Barnet, Josh Passley from Solihull Moors, and Cole Quemquan, I'll call him Kekwan, I might be saying that wrong, from Maidenhead. So they've lost Kellen Fisher to Norwich, and Omar Sownme to Sutton. So the key one there is Kellen Fisher that they've lost. So it shows you a National League, you can really make a name for yourself, especially if you want that move to the Football League or even to go to League One, maybe even at Championship. But Bromley, I've gone for 11th. I think it'd be telling that they've lost some very good players there. So for 10th spot, I have got So for 10th, it is Eastleigh. So they've made an incredible 14 signings so far. 14 signings. They finished at 9th last season. So I think they'll be in and around again the playoffs, as they'll be certainly wanted to be doing one better and getting those playoff spots. So they've got Lee Hodson, right back from Kilmarnock. Getting on a bit, but a very good signing there. Enzio Baldwin from Southend United. Jake Taylor, centre back from Stevenage. Ludwig Francillette from Crawley. Certainly put me through it today, aren't there, some of these names. Aidan Barlow, left midfield from Doncaster. Scott Quigley, Stockport, I think that's a good signing. And Paul McCallum, a striker from Dagenham Redbridge. So that is the key signs that I think will do well for Eastleigh. Certainly could be challenging and maybe doing better than my predicted 10th. But whether it'll unsettle them, making so many signs, 14, we'll see. So Eastleigh 10th. So in 9th, I have got York City. As I predict, they will do much better this season. They've made 13 signings so far. Absolutely incredible. It shows you they want to do better than 19th for last season, where they stayed up comfortably in the end. But it's far too close for a team like that. They should be doing better. And they'll be looking to build up on that, going in the right direction back towards the Football League and challenging for those playoff spots and promotion. But for the key signings I've gone for 7 signings. So David Stockdale, goalkeeper from Sheffield Wednesday. I think that's a top signing, that. Deepo Akinyemi from United, striker. Callum Harriott, left winger from Yeovil. Thierry Latifairweather from Burton. I think that'd be a good signing, left back. Kevin Joshua, centre back from Peterhead. Quevin Castro from West Bromwich Albion. I think that'd be another good signing. And Callum Howell, centre-back from Solihull Moors. So they've made a lot of signings. It'd be interesting to see if they gel. And if they do, they could easily be challenging those playoff spots. So the one that I've got to miss out, just by the skin of teeth, Boreham Wood in 8th. So they finished 6th last season as they pushed Notts County. They blew a 2-0 lead in those playoffs as we covered that as well, meaning JSGC. So Boreham Wood, Timmy Abraham, striker from Wales, have been very interested to see if he can live up to his name of Tammy Abraham, who's his brother. But if he does, there's goals there, especially with Appiah as well from Crawley. Again, I see goals there. Balanta, they brought back, played before for Boreham Wood. Absolute quality player, but it's getting on a bit now. Tom Whelan from Chesterfield, I think that's a good signing. And of course, Mo Sagath from Dagenham and Redbridge. As one thing to note is they've still got the goalkeeper of the year in Nathan Ashmore. He got the most clean sheets and he was the goalkeeper of the year. Not lost him, but they have lost Denning Lewis to Woking as well. But I think they'll just miss out. But whether the strikers will click and get those goals, they could easily be challenging for maybe a top 4, maybe top 3 if they do. So for 7th spot to nick it, I've gone for Hartlepool. As I think with Hartlepool, I think it might take them a little bit of time to get used to it. Maybe even finish a little bit lower. So they've got Joe Dixon from Bolton. He's had a little bit of a torrid time at Bolton. Because he's not had a good season at all. And whether National League we'll see. It's two divisions lower. So Chris Ray from Southend, Martin Dolan from Newport, defensive midfielder, Kieran Wallace from Mansfield, left back, and Kieran Burton, centre back from Scarborough. So they've still got a majority of the squad, and I think it's a decent team, and I think it will be challenging playoffs, but I don't think they'll get promoted. I think it'll be another season in the National League for Hartlepool. That is my prediction. They finished 23rd last season after only spending 2 seasons since the last got promoted in 2021. And they find themselves back in it again. So for 6th spot, I have got Aldershot. So they finished 18th last season, and I'll tell you the reason why I've got them in 6th spot. It's some of their signings, when I've done like a non-league series, I've always loved some of these players that I've played with before, and some of the signings they've made this summer, they're very interesting. So Laurent Tollard from Brighton, he's got a lot of potential, and if he can live up to the billing, he's an absolute quality player. And whether he can bring that to Aldershot, I hope he can. I really hope he can. An absolute top player. And again, you've got Zane Walker, a right winger from Kings Lynn. He's a very good player. I do rate him. And of course, you've got Kwame Thomas from Southend United. So there's goals there. And then you got Cian Harris from Swindon. I think that's a good signing. Kobe Rowe from Southend United, centre back. Good signing. So they're covering all bases. So they've got right winger, you've got striker, you've got centre backs. And then, of course, the goalkeeper. This is the most random one where they're going from AFC Amsterdam of all places, a Dutch player, but kudos to him. I'd love to know the scouting system. Jordi van Stappershoef. I think that's how you say it. Jordi van Stappershoef. And if they can live up to their potential, I'm interested to see how Aldershot do. I think they'll improve a lot on 18th, and I can't wait to monitor their progress. I'm predicting a playoff push for Aldershot, 6th place Aldershot. Just because I'm biased about Tolaj, I absolutely rate the player. So in 5th place, I've got Oldham. They cannot have a worse season than last season. It took them half a season to get used to it. As there was battling relegation, then they finally, in the end, they finished comfortably. They finished 12th in the National League. And I expect them to build on it. I think they've got the experience, they've got a season under the belts. I think they'll build on it. And they've got some centre-backs. This one I really like. Sean Hobson from Southend. Beautiful signing. Charlie Ragland, centre-back from Cheltenham. Again, bolstering the centre-backs. Beautiful. Josh Lundstram, Altrincham, quality centre midfielder, National League experience. I like it. And then Kurt Willoughby from Chester. That screams goals. Again, I love it even more. And then Dan Ward, centre mid from Gateshead, bolstering the centre midfield options. And there's nothing I don't like about this Oldham team. It's quality, it's a playoff push, and I predict 5th place. Whether they'll get the playoff final, I think they could. Maybe even promotion with it, but we will see. Oldham 5th. So in 4th place, I have gone for Barnet. So they had a very good season last season, finishing 5th. I expect to put a little bit of that disappointment of the quarter-final defeat behind him to finish 4th. So Reece Hall-Johnson, right back from Wrexham, good signing. Zach Brunt, centre midfield from Sheffield Hill, brilliant signing, love it even more. Ben Coker, left back, Solihull Moors, good signing. Sam Barrett, left midfield from Maidenhead, don't know too much about him. Adebola Oluwo from Chelmsford City, don't know too much about, and then Calmstead from Brackley. So I think they're covered again, like with Oldham, in all areas. It's a quality team, and it's a playoff push. It's 4th place. So in third, I've gone for Woking. I'm impressed with Woking. I like how they operate. I love the club. So with Woking, they finished 4th last season. Because I had a little bit of a disappointing playoff, not to reach the playoff final, but this time they've got Greg Taylor, centre-back from Cambridge. Robbie Wilmer, a right midfielder from Newport. So Matt Robinson, centre-mid from Dagenham Redbridge. Dennin Lewis from Boreham Wood, left winger, absolute steal. Brilliant player, quality player. Apologies for that. Charlie Wakefield, right midfield from Yeovil, and then Emmanuel Oelecki, centre mid from Chesterfield. So they've lost Laporta to Barnsley, and they've lost McNerney as well to Solihull Moors, but Laporta is the bigger one. And I think it might be telling, but with the signings, they've boosted the squad, and whether they can go one better or even challenge for the championship itself and compete for first place. So in second place, I've gone for newly relegated Rochdale. I like the additions, and they've got a very good team there. I think they'll adapt well to the National League, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win it, but it's second place. So Adam Clayton, centre mid from Bradford, getting on a bit, but quality player. It really stands out. Louis Molden from Wolves on loan. Again, a very good acquisition that on loan. And then they got Kwaku Oduro from Derby on loan, right back. And Cody Johnson, centre midfielder, Stockport on loan. And then they got Harvey Gilmore, Halifax, centre mid. Good player. I was going to say, if you know much about Gilmore, he is a good player. Then Kuro Mitchell, striker from Notts County, and Cal Ferguson, centre-back from Harrogate. Some very good signings, and they will be pushing. I like the squad. I like their chances. Rochdale, you're second. So that leaves me with one team to go. To win the National League at 23-24, it is the one and only Chesterfield. I love the squad, and they have built on it. So this one is Harry Trout from Everton on loan, so they're covered in the goalkeeper department. Tom Naylor, defensive midfield from Wigan, again covered in that area. Bailey Hobson, attacking mid from Alfred, don't know too much about. And then of course this one stands out. Will Grigg, striker from MK Dons. Has he still got enough to get 20 goals and will drop into the National League, get those goals? I think they will. So already, the squad is already got some quality signings. So they've got Asante, very good player. Ryan Colcorf from left winger, player of the season, absolute quality left winger. There is not a better player out there. And then right back, Jeff King, who is still there as well. You will not find a better right back in the National League. And then of course you got Ollie Banks and you got Liam Mandeville. Quality signing, brilliant players, and anything less than not winning the National League is a disappointment for me. And I like their manager as well, Paul Cook. Very good manager, very tactical, and I like their chance of Chesterfield 2023-24 National League champions. So that is my prediction, guys. Do let me know, do give me your thoughts in the comments below. Where will your team be finishing? Or if you just love football, do let me know. Or non-league, do let me know your thoughts on this. Do you agree with my predictions, or are they shit and I'm terrible? If I'm talking shit, just let me know in the comments. So I'm not going to pretend that I am a big up on a non-league like that, a massive follower of it. I just follow it in passing. I just love keeping an eye on these teams, as I do have a passing interest. But that's what makes the Football League. You cannot beat a non-league day, and I recommend any Football League fan to go and watch any non-league day, as I think it's March again, 23-24, for the National Non-League Day. So I do support your local teams, but I've been JSGC Football. This has been our National League prediction, 23-24, and I will see you guys for our vlogs, as I will see you guys for my Fleetwood vlog as they take on my team at Preston North End. But peace, ciao for now. But one thing I forgot, if you are new around here, don't forget to like and subscribe, as we're on the road to 2k. So any support watching the video, don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Let's go say share it, as it does help us to fund the videos as well, and do our beautiful away days and any vlogs covering the non-league as well.